the sickness has kind of forced me to like, it's like forcing me to live in a different way that I'm not used to,
Mm,
which is basically like, I've lived for the future of like getting to the next moment. And now it's like, well, now it's like I've had to think of my own mortality, and it's just kind of like changed the way that I think about living. And my question to you is, when I hear you say, like there's nothing wrong with what you're experiencing, and um trying not to get to a better moment, it's like I hear everything externally telling me, like just push through and it's going to get better. And yet my experience is that I feel the way that I feel. And, how do you kind of, I guess I'm trying to understand how to rest with what you're saying when the experience is so intense.
mm, mm. Good for you. I'm delighted that somewhere your soul said, yeah, I'm up for a big whammy as a young man. I'm up for like a life-changing experience. Somewhere you volunteered, somewhere,
Yeah.
So well done. It tells me you've got courage. And so you used to live for like, okay, what's next? And the
Yeah,
world.
I was in school applying to grad school, and it's just like this hit me, and it's like it just slowed me down, and it's forcing me to like be present and just live. I want to live my life like now, basically. I don't want to live it for tomorrow.
Yes.
I don't want to I want like what I do. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I want to live. I don't know how to explain it. I just want to live present. I don't want to be living for something that's going to happen tomorrow. And that doesn't mean I don't plan for the future,
Yes.
but I want to live from a place of knowing that the future isn't what's going to bring me what I want. I want to live from knowing that I have what I need in this moment. And I want to move from that space.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
The process of waking up makes us see that by whatever method it chooses. We all come to that this is as good as it gets. Right now, right here, this is as good as it gets. This is it. So for you, it took a sickness to like, I'm not playing that game anymore of my life in the future, because it's a huge waste of energy. And marketing and everything makes us a bit better when. And sure, all we're doing is missing this. This is where the magic is. You'd have heard me, Julia, I think in other talks talking about like a trap door opens, you drop it in, or, kind of something happens when we stop. When we stay in the present, something happens to let the dust settle inside us. And everything we come up against, whether it's intensity, whether it's a lifestyle that has to be completely reorganized, whether it's everything is slower now, these layers are part of you coming into the present moment. And the present moment is the doorway, the portal to presence, to what you really are. So every layer that you've noticed are ones that we avoid because we're going so fast. It's the next, what's next? What's the next gig? What's the next? You see? And when we're on that treadmill of the next, we avoid these layers that you're dealing with right now. It's not fun to go through these layers that you're going through. That's why we work so hard to avoid them.
Right. But I'm also exhausted and can no longer do that.
Great. Okay. Exhaustion brought you to the place of where this is inevitable. All right. Yeah. Sickness often does that. This is about waking up. This is what's going on for you. It's your awakening process. Now, I'm more interested in it bringing you to a deep awakening than anything else. I have an agenda here because awakening is the only gig in town. An awakening happens before the Julian body, after the Julian body. Your piece, you as an expression of consciousness, is on a trajectory that is much larger than this incarnation. But hey presto, it's happening in this incarnation. This is about waking up. So how can this physical exhaustion help you to wake up? How can the cancer be your teacher? How can chemo, how can PET scans now, which is what's left, how can they be your teacher?
I mean, because it's like the opportunity to force me to live from right here, right now, because again, like I said, it's like I can plan for things that I want to do, but the belief that my happiness or what I want to get is somehow in something that's not even guaranteed for me,
yeah,
which is not guaranteed for anyone.
It's not guaranteed for anyone. We just
right.
like to think it is.
Right. So, but the cancer is like, it's in my face, so it forces me to think about it. So it's like, how do I learn how to move and navigate with these emotions and feelings as I learn how to walk this new way, basically?
Yes. So you know how you have recognized that nobody has a guarantee of tomorrow, no matter how well they plan. None of us have a certainty that we'll be around tomorrow. None of us. You know that now, that while we plan for the future, there's no certainty for any of us. We really don't have control. I'd like you to unravel the fear that has come with those types of learnings. The intensity of the emotions you're experiencing has fear knitted into it. It's woven through it. And, you know, we all have a fear of sickness, death, but it's coming to all of us. Whether sickness comes or not, death is coming to all of us. But we push it way out there and put all this stuff between it and us. But you were kidding ourselves. The fear of death is there for all of us to embrace and do something with sooner or later. The awakening process, we all have to come up against death. We all have to. It's part of waking up. So the fear around this is what's making every emotion more intense. Fear is the one you go after. That's the one that is looking to be processed now. And, you know, remember what I said at the start, it's like the dust is settling and you're going through the layers that you need to shift in order to find freedom, the freedom that comes from present moment, presence, what is, your true nature, the absolute that's outside of time and space. Those recognitions are there the deeper you drop in, but fear will keep you kind of whirring in the level of intensity.
And I think that's what I've been experiencing, because I don't know how I'm going to live, but it's exciting to me because living from a place of not knowing what's going to unfold from moment to moment is like, there's like barely any stress, because I know that I can trust that the moment will always provide what's happening moment to moment next. And but then I have the mind come in and it's like, oh my God, like I can't do this. Like I need to know what's gonna happen. Like I need to control this. Like I need to know like what the scan is gonna say. Am I gonna go back to school? Like then there's a part of me that's like, oh no, like take this job. You know, it'll pay you enough to take care of yourself, and then just go from there and let things unfold. You don't need to know how it's gonna look. Just take it a day at a time.
That's right.
So there's like this war of like,
that's right. But you've recognized that there's trust, and then the mind comes in and brings chaos.
Yeah.
So your mind is scared. your mind is attached to the chemicals that create fear, fear of no control, fear of the unknown. And I need you to work with the mind. The mind at the moment is running amok. It's kind of taking over when it wants, but you're the boss. The HQ is you and your own wisdom. I need you to believe in yourself a bit more, Julian, and see that your mind that's a tool. I can pick it up and put it down. Right now, I'm working on more trust and more surrender. So mind, you're going to have to trust that it's okay. This isn't, it isn't your gig, dear mind. This is not your gig to be concerned about whether I can hold on this job or it's the right job. This is what I'm going to do, and I need you to be comfortable with it. I got you. I got you.
I even have like external things like, what are you doing? Like, everything's reflecting back, like you're not thinking this through at all. Like, what are you doing? But yet there's a part of me that's like, no, like this feels like the right thing to do.
Yes. Can I amplify the part of you that said, this feels like the right thing to do? Like, can we give that more amplification, more space? I need you to trust that part of you, because that's the deeper part of you. The mind is just a machine that has learned how to survive. And it's scared and it's tied on to fear. And I need you to go, I see you, mind, but my money is on this inner feeling that I'll just take this step and it'll work out. And I'm okay not knowing how it's going to work out.
Yeah.
I just got today. And when I have the results of the next scan, I'll have the results of the next scan, but I am not going to think about it until I have it, because it's unknown. And all of these things bring you more into the present moment in a place of complete surrender. You're getting more distance from your mind, but your mind and fear are in bed together. And that's what makes it scream. That's where the intensity is coming from. So I need you to see more. I see you, mind. I see you, and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
So I need you to do that with mind, and I need you to look at fear and say, okay, fear, all right, you're a bundle of chemicals that my mind can crank up. And I need my body to be full of that energy of surrender and trust and being present. I need it to dial down to this slower tempo. I'm not interested in running this chemical through this body at the moment. Sometimes the chemical is going to run and you'll have no power over it. But sometimes you'll be able to go, hey, I can stay calm here, even though there's this chaos, like a hair's breadth away. It's just there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not pumping those chemicals through my system. And this will bring you to more self-mastery.
Is there like a momentum that builds the more trust and surrender there is?
Yes. It's like more of you will trust that part of you. More of you will see evidence of like, this is much easier. I'm not in a tizzy. I'm not full of intense emotions. I'm not worried. I'm not waking up full of stress in the morning or in the middle of the night. This is easier. I'm just going to trust this more. So the more you hang out there, the more it expands. And that's what will allow you to awaken. You're coming into the present moment through this phenomenal story about your health, but really it's about your soul doing something else.
Yeah.
Take the opportunity. I want you to be, Julian, in a place of where you don't need sickness in order to help you wake up. That's what I want for you. Where your body can be healthy and you're still committed to going into the present moment and seeing your mind at a distance. And knowing that your emotions are not in charge of you. You see?
Yeah.
You can do this. Deepen the trust, deepen the surrender. In spite of stories that the mind will come up with. Like, what do you choose? Your divine essence or the mind-made story and emotion? What do you choose? And that choice is with you every moment.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
Good for you. Unravel fear, get more distance from your mind. Choose presence. Choose the present moment. Honor the pace that your life wants to be at. Honor the next step. Go into the unknown. Trust that inner feeling. You got this.
Thank you.
You got this. Sure.